And welcome back into the YSN Power Hour alongside DJ Oakley. I'm Richie Giuliano, and we're going to bring a very special guest coming up right now. It's Noah Ricks who joins us here on the Power Hour. Noah, what's up, my man? How are you doing?
Not much. How are you, Richie?
I'm doing great. I can't wait to talk to you and explain your journey and what you've been through over the last couple of years. Just starting things out, you were a mainstay this summer at Bobsleigh Park. I think we got you over 80-some games. So talk about your experience at Bobsleigh Park and your excitement after your summer baseball season.
Well, it was exciting. I enjoyed the summer baseball aspect of it. Bobsleigh Park, I enjoyed that it was a very historic baseball park that I got to go to, because I basically live here in Howland, so I had to take 30 minutes down 680 and all that. But it's just exciting to see how much work they put into that stadium, how much work the city of Struthers puts into it. So baseball season was a blast, and I got to call some exciting games.
You live in Howland now. You're the voice of the Tigers, but in the past, in your heart, you are a Chalker Wildcat. Growing up in Chalker, doing a lot of broadcasts for the Wildcats. Your brother was one of the best basketball players to come through that program. So now that you're past the Chalker Wildcats and you begin a new journey with the Howland Tigers, you got to call some basketball games and seeing one of the best players in the area. What's your excitement level now for this upcoming football season with the Tigers?
Well, I'm excited for this football season. Hopefully we get some couple wins under our belt. Howland looks like they should be ready to go against Niles. It's a fierce week one rivalry. So always a week one rivalry, always the great way to start off the high school football season. And Howland has a storied tradition in athletics going back. And Howland, I really enjoy it here at Howland, the township, the people, just enjoying the big sporting crowds, big sporting events. But I'm ready to start this new journey on August 18th of next week.
You've been a mainstay with YSN and in the broadcasting department at Youngstown State. Going back to when you were younger and broadcasting games for Chalker and doing your own little broadcast on your phone, is that where you really developed your love for sports broadcasting and when you kind of knew that you wanted to take this path in your career?
Yeah, actually, when I was in Southington, I was in seventh grade. I listened to NCAA football 04 games, listening to the likes of Brad Nessler, Kirk Herbstreit, Lee Corso, just listening to those guys just hone their craft every day on the NCAA football 04 program. I always enjoyed that they took their time and effort to make it that kind of game, and that's what really got me into sports broadcasting. Now, sports broadcasting, I worked at Chalker. I filmed for the basketball coaches, and I usually did play-by-play into the camera, and it was a fun experience. Got to travel with the team, got to enjoy the sights of the team, enjoy the aspects of the team. So that's how my journey really started to boom.
Now, you had a different journey throughout college. Kind of take us through that a little bit. You started in the sports broadcasting department. Then you decided to move on into the educational aspect of college. And, now you come back and you work at YSN and you're back into the broadcasting world. So kind of take us through your journey and why you decided to move on from one thing to another and then back.
Well, it was a little bit of a detour. I really wanted to go into coaching a little bit. I worked at Southington Chalker for 1 year. 2019, I was a volunteer football assistant. Got to coach my brother, who actually is a football player at Lake Erie College up in Paynesville. But that I really got into coaching, but then the pandemic really hit, so we were basically stuck in our houses, really nothing to do, and just watching all the streams, just watching a lot of YouTube videos really got me back into that sports broadcasting hone, and it was really kind of a rekindled passion if you think about it.
No, it's DJ. So I heard on the street that essentially, there's a little bit more to that story. Maybe you don't want out there, but you and I are cut from the same cloth. Whenever people looked at us and they said, you might not be cut out for broadcasting, so you might want to go do something else. And you took up teaching, and then YSN kind of brought you back full circle, from what I understand, which is awesome. And I appreciate you being able to chase after your dreams and be part of that. I was in the same situation. Someone that is well-versed in broadcasting told me that you're not the kind of guy that they want necessarily in their living room. You're the kind of guy that we want hanging out at the sports bar. What was it for you that really drove you back to broadcasting, you know, whether it's YSN or otherwise?
Well, just basically watching all those YouTube videos, just watching all that sports streams, just rekindling the relationships, people just building relationships with one another through YouTube, through the streams, and YSN kind of a similar to that. And I believe YSN does build that kind of relationship with the audience, does try to build that relationship with the parents, with the players, with the coaches. And I think this is a really next step in the right direction.
Where did you build your confidence? Was it just the reps? Was it the games that you did that you were able to build your confidence in the realm? I'm going to use a Ty Bartell word, a realm of broadcasting.
A realm of broadcasting. I just basically just put my head down, do my homework, and hope I can do a good game. Just do my job, and when you do your job, things will go a lot easier. When you just focus on the job at hand, you will have a way better broadcast, in my honest opinion. And I think just letting it be natural, letting it just going with the flow really helps bring that audience.
Dude, you've been lights out for us. You've been lights out for yourself. You've done a wonderful job of climbing the ranks as one of our guys that we can go to for big games. What's your favorite kind of broadcasting from a sports standpoint?
Honestly, I like to go with basketball because basketball is very fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
I can talk a lot about the players, and can talk a lot about what's going on the court. And just watching that constant motion on the floor really helps me talk, really helps me bring my voice.
What's one of the things you're looking forward to this year specifically to be broadcasting on YSN? And now I understand that you're going to be joining us hopefully on Fridays for the Power Hour Super Show. So that'll be exciting. What other things do you have up your sleeve?
I have up my sleeve for YSN. I hope to call some big games. I did get to call a district final last year for the Howland boys basketball team, but hopefully I can hone my craft and maybe call some more basketball games, call some maybe some basketball games on the street, youth basketball, all that, and just honing my craft here and there, and we can go from there, and it's going to be a fun ride.
No, I got to take you back. When you first started, one thing that I was really impressed with was your work ethic and your preparation before games. I know when we were talking at Youngstown State in the Dawn, you had me print you out a couple of things, and it was pages and pages of notes of facts that you had from not just that year, but previous years, like 2016 district titles. Where did you learn that skill of preparation? And, where do you find some of these facts of going back, not even last year, but 5 years in the past?
I go to ohsaa.org, just look at the database of the past tournaments. So, and also I love to enjoy the history fact of it. I tend to be a little bit of a history buff, just going back into history, just learning about what people did back then to help them achieve great success. And I think that really helped me hone my craft in going forward in the current year, 2022. But it's interesting to learn facts from the 1970s, the 1980s, the early 2000s, and past tournament results, past tournament successes. And I think learning from history really helps build that brand here at YSN.
We appreciate you, certainly, man. It has been an honor and a pleasure to watch you grow into who you've become today. Richie told me the story. I was so excited to hear it. I had no idea that you thought about another major, and jumped into teaching, which I can appreciate, man. There's nobody that appreciates teachers more than I do. I married one. And then naturally you made what I think is your calling card is your broadcasting. You do such a good job, like Richie said, of preparing and having a good head on your shoulders going into the game, and you react very, very well to the game. You do a great job. More so proud of you, man. Thank you so much for your time, not only today, but for those that have been not able to go to the games and watch it on YSN and hear your voice and your passion that comes out. Thank you so much for all of that.
Thanks for having me, guys, and I'll see you Friday.
You got it, man. Looking forward to it.